Hey, what is going on, guys? MFK Clicks here and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be starting my first ever episode of Let's Play Minecraft, pretty much a basic series where I'll be doing a variety of different things, whether it's playing Minecraft and talking about a lesson for that, basic tutorials, and then eventually moving on into more advanced things, or I'm just playing Minecraft and doing a commentary, whether it's question and answers for you guys or whatever. It's just something I really hope you guys enjoy that I'm going to start doing on my channel. So first off, since this is the first ever episode, I think it's pretty necessary that I do a video on surviving your first night and starting your own home. So there's three things I do when I'm looking for an area to start my home at, and I always live by these. I don't stray from these at all. The number one thing I do is I look for an area that's rich in materials, whether it's cobblestone or it's wood. I always find something so I have something to make tools with, and of course build my house. Also, I'm the farming kind of person. I have to have water near my house, so I'm always building near a river or next to the ocean or whatever. I have to have water near me because farming is a must for me. I find it nice to have some extra food on me, and that of course helps. And you want to find an area that's rich in food materials. Like in my area, there's a lot of cows and pigs nearby, and that helps me stock up on food before the night starts. So those are the three most important things: finding a material rich area, finding an area near water, and finding an area that has food. I got really lucky with this one, and it had a little bit of all three. So of course, if you're wanting to survive your first night, you're going to need tools to gather the things you will need. So you're going to need a pickaxe, an axe. The hoe is optional. If you're going to be a farming person, you'll need the hoe. If not, you don't need it. And of course, a sword. I suggest getting one or two more depending on how many mobs are spawning in your area. It'll be nice to have some. And of course, you're going to be needing a sword to kill some of the animals and stuff to gather food. So it's nice to have some extras. So I suggest making like 2 or 3 swords to get you through the night, and of course gathering your stuff. So first step is you want to gather food, whether it's cows, pigs, whatever. I normally get like 5 apiece, like 5 pork chops, 5 raw beef and all that, and I eventually cook it later on, but it's nice to have a little bit stocked up. And me, I'm always cutting the grass looking for wheat seeds because, as I said, I am the farming kind of person, and that will help later on. And before it gets dark, I always try to look for some sugar cane. Yeah, you really can't make a whole lot with it right off the bat. You need like the eggs and all that stuff to make cakes and all the other things. But sugar cane will let you make paper and all that stuff later on, which you will use to make bookshelves and all that. And make yourself an enchanting table, which will help you once you get a bit farther into the game. So you want to find food, and wheat is optional, and of course sugar cane if you're going to be the kind of person enchanting your stuff later on, which I find to be a must. So you want to get those things down. And the second thing I always do is I begin lighting the area. Like, I kind of bounce around. I build my house, I light my area at the same time, or I do one right after the other. But you want to make sure you have these done before it gets dark out. So if you're in an area that's rich in like cobblestone and all that, there's bound to be coal around, so get yourself some coal. If you're in an area where there's not a lot of coal and all that, you want to get you some wood and just burn the wood and all that and make yourself some charcoal. Either one really doesn't matter. They both do the same thing. But you want to make yourself some torches, and I always put them all around my house and then a few spaces out. It really doesn't guarantee that mobs won't spawn near the house, but it does help quite a bit, because there's been times I've had my area completely lit up and somehow a skeleton or whatever will find its way over to my house and it'll get in. But hey, it doesn't really matter. It'll just make things a lot easier during the night. And you want to start building a basic house, whether it's made out of wooden planks, wooden blocks, cobblestone, it doesn't matter. Just get yourself a basic house, get your crafting table and furnace inside there, and just build yourself up around it. And of course you want to get a door, because that'll keep the monsters out. Yeah, they'll be around your house, but they won't be able to get in and get to you. So starting a farm, I try to get this done before it gets dark outside. I don't always get it done, but I try to get a little bit of wheat and a little bit of sugar cane going, so I have some products hopefully be ready to harvest by the next day. So if you have the time to do that, or if you're the kind of person that likes to start a farm, go ahead and get those started. It will help you a lot in the long run, because as I said, yeah, it's nice having food and steaks and all that, and they do a bit more for the hunger meter than bread does, But hey, you're not always going to be able to find cows and pigs all over the place, so it is nice to get a wheat farm going, get yourself some wheat and harvest that, make yourself some bread and all that other stuff you can make. So just, I highly suggest having bread. It's very important. It doesn't do as much for the hunger meter, but it will help you a bit later on, especially if you're going down into the mines and stuff that you're making, and you'll be down there for a while. It'll save you a lot of time having to run back up, grab food, and come back down. So I highly suggest getting wheat. And of course, as I said, you need the door and all that. Get your torches and everything. And you should be ready to go by the end of the night. I suggest not straying too far from your house that you're building right from the get-go. And if you do, just make sure you're well stocked on food, weapons, and all that stuff. And yeah, that's really all I have for the first episode. So we'll do a quick review of it. Starting out your area, you want to be somewhere where there's rich in materials, water, and food. I, of course, lucked out with this one, got a little bit of everything. You want to get your tools to gather everything, the pickaxe, axe, hoe, and sword. And as I said, I do suggest having multiple swords because it'll help out a lot. Wooden swords tend to break really, really fast. And of course you want to gather food and all that stuff because you won't be making it through the night if you don't have food. Whether it's a few pieces of steak or whatever, make sure you cook it. And you want to get your area lit up, build your house, and put a door on it, and just sit in there for the rest of the night. I know it seems kind of boring just sitting around, but starting out with wooden swords and everything, it'll be pretty hard to survive starting off. So that's what I suggest. If you guys have any questions at all, suggestions, tell me your strategies, what you do on your first night, anything you do different, or what you like about what I do. Just leave a comment down below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this series. I'll be posting episode 2 sometime later on this week. So anyways, if you like what I did, be sure to hit that like button down below. And of course, subscribe if you haven't. Every little subscriber helps, and I love interacting with you guys. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and like my Facebook page. And I'll catch you guys later, and thanks for watching.